Orioles and Royals going at it in Baltimore. Haloti Ngata, defensive lineman for the Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens, throwing out the first pitch. Pretty good stuff for a football guy. Ervin Santana shooting for career win number 100. Going for the Royals, but bottom one, first and third, Adam Jones, the single driving Manny Machado, 1-0 O's. 1 out later, it's Matt Wieters.
Ripped to the gap in right center field. That's down for a base hit. Markakis will score. Jones hitting the third. He will score easily, and Wieters pulls in with a 2-run double.
The O's played 3 in the first, a 33-pitch first inning for Santana. Wei-Yin Chen going for Baltimore. Top 3, 2 men aboard. Alcides Escobar with the single. Miguel Tejada comes in to score, and it's 3-1. Bottom of the inning, Jones, the ground ball to third base, and look at Tejada. What a play from the former AL MVP. The diving stop and from his knees, all in one motion, able to get the one hopper over to first and get the big out. He enjoys that, even as a veteran. Top 4, men on at second, 2 down. Chen gets Salvador Perez to ground in the hole, but what a play by J.J. Hardy. From his knees, able to make that throw. Go to the 7th inning, a rain delay, 48 minutes long, and that would knock out Chen. So Brian Mattis on the mound when we continue. Alex Gordon at the plate with a man on, and Gordon lights this up for a 2-run blast, his 4th of the season. And we're all tied up at 3, but that's just how Baltimore likes it. Coming down to the bullpens, Luke Hochevar on the hill for Kansas City. Adam Jones at first base, and Hochevar, you got to keep an eye on Jones, but throws away the pickoff attempt. That's an error. Jones gets to second base, and it sets up Matt Wieters.
Line drive left field. That ball's trouble for Gordon. That is a base hit. It's fair. It just ain't fair. Here's Jones to score, and the Orioles have the lead.
Just fair from Matt Wieters. Look at how close this is. 3 RBI game for Wieters. And we go to the 9th. Jim Johnson looking to lock it down, and he does. He gets Mike Moustakas to fly out, and the Orioles win it 4-3. Johnson with his 12th save, and another 1-run win for the O's. Tommy Hunter went 1 1/3 scoreless in relief for his 2nd win. The O's have won 3 straight.
Phillies and Red Sox from Fenway Park, and a great moment before the game. Boston Marathon bombing victim Jeff Bowman and Carlos Arredondo, the man who was instrumental in saving Bowman's life that day, both greeted by former Red Sox and Phillies pitcher Pedro Martinez, and then both men taking the field to play to throw out the ceremonial first pitches to get us going. A great moment at Fenway Park. Pick this one up in the top of the first. It is Michael Young who digs in. He's in an 0-for-22 slump, facing Ryan Dempster.
The pitch swung on, hit deep, left field, going back Gomes. He turns and looks, and it's gone over the monster. Michael Young has ended the hitless drought with a solo home run.
WPHT on the call, 1-0 Phils. On the mound for Philadelphia, Cliff Lee, coming off a shutout in his previous outing. But on this night, there would be no shutout thanks to Dustin Pedroia. Game-tying RBI single in the bottom of the first. It scores Jacoby Ellsbury, and we're even at 1 run apiece. We go to the 4th. Jimmy Rollins leads off the frame. He sends the fly into shallow center. On comes Ellsbury, who makes the nice sliding catch. Ellsbury continuing to provide solid D in center all season long for the Red Sox. Let's go back to Lee now. Bottom 4 facing Mike Napoli, and Napoli all tied up as he could not check the swing. And then bottom 5, Jose Iglesias stares at strike 3. Lee with K8 on the night. It is still 1-1 top 7. Dempster facing Eric Kratz with a man at second, 1 down, and Kratz comes through. That's a tie-breaking RBI single into center. John Mayberry scores. It is 2-1 Phils. That takes us top 9. NL Player of the Week Dominic Brown leads off the frame, facing Junichi Tozawa.
Tozawa's first pitch to him is swung on and belted deep right center field. Ellsbury on the run in the alley, and this ball is going to be gone into the Red Sox bullpen. Dominic Brown has homered again.
WPHT once again. Brown's 11th, and the Phils have a 3-1 lead. Let's go bottom 9. Former Red Sox closer Jonathan Papelbon looking to shut it down as he makes his return to Fenway Park. Mixed reaction there for Papelbon as he faces David Ortiz. Base is empty, 2 men away. Ortiz sends it high and deep to right, but just foul. Here is Papelbon's very next pitch to Big Papi.
Here's the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball to second. Rollins playing there on the shift, has it, throws to first, and the ball game is over. A big fist pump from Jonathan Papelbon as the Phillies split the series at Fenway Park.
WPHT once again save number 10 for Papelbon as the Phillies pick up a 3-1 win. Cliff Lee, 8 brilliant innings of one-run ball, winning for the first time in his last 7 interleague starts. He's now won his last 4 decisions overall. Eric Kratz's RBI single in the 7th snapped the Phillies' 0-for-15 skid with runners in scoring position. Marlins and Mets in a marathon. Jose Fernandez opposed by Matt Harvey. The last time these two hooked up, the game went 15 innings, but that would prove to be mere child's play compared to this one. Pick it up bottom 4, game tied at 1. It is Fernandez getting Ike Davis, John Buck, and Juan Lagares all on called third strikes. As he strikes out the side, Fernandez 6 innings of 1-run balls, 7 Ks in this one. Top of the 5th, Matt Harvey in a 2-on-2-out jam. Juan Pierre singles up the middle. Adeiny Echeverria looking to score. Juan Lagares, a great throw. Echeverria out by plenty. Top 6, Harvey getting Ed Lucas and Derek Dietrich both on strikes for the first 2 outs of the frame. And then getting Rob Brantley to end the 7th. Harvey 7 innings of 1-run ball, but in the bottom of the 7th, running rather gingerly between first and second, something is amiss. He departed this game prior to the top of the 8th with lower back tightness. Bottom 9, the Mets have 2 on and 2 down. Dan Jennings dealing to Daniel Murphy. Derek Dietrich with a great play to send this one to extras. Bottom 12, it is Marlon Byrd who flies to right with runners on the corners. Marcell Ozuna the catch. Murphy looking to end the game. Ozuna with a great throw. Rob Brantley hangs on to it. Bottom 13, Kevin Slowey strikes out Omar Quintanilla to end the frame. Bottom 15, he gets Rick Ankiel on the swing and a miss. And then Quintanilla one more time. Are you still awake? Good. You're doing better than this guy. Bottom of the 17th inning, it is Slowey facing Ankiel. Again gets him on strikes to end the frame. Slowey 7 innings of scoreless relief with 8 Ks. He was outstanding. Top of the 20th inning, Sean Markham in his 8th inning of relief. He faces Adeiny Echeverria, 2 men aboard.
Line drive, base hit, center field. Round third, here comes Polanco. The Marlins score the run, and it's 2-1 here in the 20th.
That takes us to the bottom of the 20th inning. Steve Cishek looking to close this out as he faces Daniel Murphy.
Fly ball, left field, that's deep, and ball game! Let's go home!
Couldn't agree more. After 6 hours and 25 minutes, the Marlins pick up the 2-1 victory in 20 long innings as the Mets set an all-time record for futility by going 0-for-19 with runners in scoring position. It was the longest game in Citi Field history, and it matched the longest game in Marlins history. It was also the first 20-inning game since April of 2010, which also involved the Mets and also involved a 2-1 score. But the Mets won that day as they beat St. Louis. It also marked the first time since 1884 that the same pair of starting pitchers opposed one another in 2 separate games lasting 15 innings or more in the same season.
The Astros trying to make it 2 straight wins over the Seattle Mariners. Rookie Jonathan Villar leading off the ball game for the Astros, facing Joe Saunders, and this happens on the first pitch.
And the first pitch hammered deep left field. Jonathan Villar has launched a dinger. And just like that, the Astros take a 1-0 lead. Get the ball.
First career home run for Villar. He can enjoy that. Hot start for the Astros. They're up 2-1. Top 3, Villar on base, and he can steal 2. Swiped second base against Mike Zunino, and then he's going to take third as well. No need to bunt there for Jose Altuve. Villar just do it all himself. Zunino can't believe it. And next pitch, Altuve doubles down the left field line. In comes Villar. Altuve had 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 ribbies, and 3 stolen bases of his own. It's 3-1 Astros. Later in the inning, now 4-1 Astros, 2 on, 2 out. LJ Hose with the clutch double. Matt Dominguez, Chris Carter both come in. Astros put up 4 runs in the third. Saunders gives up 6 runs in 3 innings. It's 6-1 Houston. As for Jordan Lyles, he's rolling. Bottom 4, Raul Ibanez frozen. Next up, Franklin Gutierrez swinging through one. Then in the 5th, Brad Miller suffers the same fate. But in the sixth, now a 6-2 ball game. 2 on, 2 down. Justin Smoke back to the mound. And Lyles out of trouble. Lyles goes 6 innings, allows 2 runs, 1 earned. 7th inning, it's Brandon Laird up with a man on.
Pitch is hammered down the left field side, hooking, and that's a fair ball. And a 2-run home run for Brandon Laird.
That ball was blistered down the left field line.
Laird goes 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs as the Astros cruise to a 13-2 victory, taking the first 2 games of the series. The Astros stole 5 bases and notched 17 hits. Lyles takes over the team lead in wins with 7. Also, the Mariners sent shortstop Brandon Ryan to the Yankees for a player to be named later.
It's the Indians taking on the White Sox on Thursday night as the Indians enter this one a game and a half behind Tampa Bay for the second wild card spot in the American League, and the Tribe with a very quick start in this one. In the top of the first, it's Nick Swisher who digs in to face White Sox starter John Danks, and one big swing puts the Tribe on the board. The solo shot for Swisher, and the Indians have the very quick 1-0 lead. Later in the inning, it is 2 men aboard and just 1 away, and digging in for the Tribe is Ryan Rayburn.
Drill, deep left, back is Viciedo, on the track, at the wall, goodbye! Ryan Rayburn immediately pays dividends. Back in the lineup, and a 3-run homer in the first makes it a 4-run opening inning for the Indians.
So a very quick start for the visitors. Let's go bottom 2. It's now a 5-0 lead, but the White Sox get on the board as Paul Konerko connecting off Corey Kluber. That's a solo shot, and Chicago cuts it to a 4-run game at 5-1. But it's back up to a 5-run cushion for the Indians in the bottom of the third at 6-1. Alejandro De Aza gets the White Sox another run closer. The deficit is 4 once again. Ribby single here, and it's a 6-2 ball game, but the White Sox would come no closer on this night as we go to the top of the 5th. It is now a 7-2 game, leading up the inning as Drupal Cabrera facing Charlie Leisman. And as Drupal puts this one in the seats, that's a solo shot to make it an 8-2 ball game. Later in the frame, bases loaded, still nobody out, and Nick Swisher continues the merry-go-round. That's a 2-run single off Leisman. It's now 11-2. Later in the inning, make it a 12-2 game. Bases reloaded for Ryan Rayburn as he now faces Dylan Axelrod.
Wow, this guy's unbelievable. Base hit, 2 more are going to score, and he's 1 shy of that career mark. How about that? Gives him 5 ribbies on the night.
Nice, easy night for the Indians as they win this one 14-3, as Nick Swisher and Ryan Rayburn combined for 5 hits, 8 RBIs, and 5 runs scored, as the Indians have now won 12 of 14 games this season against the White Sox, including a franchise record 9 straight. Cleveland remains 1.5 games behind the Rays for the second wild card spot in the American League.